Coach Dwight coming at you with a Hot Tips Thursday, okay? A lot of you, all right, we've actually been kind of like increasing our track crew on both Wednesdays and Saturdays, which has been really fun. One thing that has been highlighted that we've been trying to work on over the course is what the real focus of how to get faster and how to get more efficient at running is, right? So I've had some people come to me and say, how do you like running? And how do you get to the point where it's actually something that you enjoy doing? One thing I would say is you actually have to get out and run in order to feel like you're good at running enough to actually enjoy running. But a lot of us don't necessarily focus on the right things when we're out running, and we just go and we plod along, and so it feels laborious and actually not as enjoyable as it could be if we were focused on the right things, right? So my tip of the day, right, is to focus more on pulling off the ground rather than pressing through the ground. Seems kind of like something that's a little counterintuitive, but actually the length of time that you're on the ground matters a lot. And if you're thinking about your feet coming off the ground rather than just thinking about pressing through the ground and trying to drive a little bit more, you end up having a little bit quicker cadence. You develop your hip flexor strength, your posture stays up a little bit better, right? And then we work on better running form. So while you're running and getting out there, focus on pulling up your feet and as if you're stepping on hot coals. So every time your foot hits the ground, you're thinking about picking them up and pulling it in. Your arms effectively reinforce that same movement pattern of pulling. So we won't want to think about driving our arms up, right? That twists our body, right? What we want to think about doing is pulling our arms up and in and thinking about those elbows driving. So in slow motion, they're coming up here versus here and those elbows staying down, or even kind of like that little arm at the side and not using your arms to keep yourself in rhythm, or even doing that side to side. Again, it's twisting and it's not driving forward. So pulling, right, is the best way to go. I have some drills right that are gonna follow that show you just a few things that can reinforce your position. My favorite is the banded heel pull, right? All you need to do, right, is add that in for 3 to 5 sets of 20 reps on each leg, really kind of getting that nice and primed, right? The knee drive, this one actually allows you to really think about using those hip flexors, pulling up, but the big focus here, right, is keeping that chest nice and tall as we get going. And then the reactive step, wall lean, as a movement pattern that we can practice to get better at just focusing on pulling. But again, all you need to do is get out there, focus on your feet coming off the ground, keeping your elbows in, right, and work on some better running form.